Okay. There we go. Almost ready. Almost ready. All right. That's ready and ready and ready. Ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, I think I get it all ready to go. That's on. That's on live. Let's go over to the chat just in case you guys have any questions. Just speak up. Oh, forever hold your peace. Good evening, everybody. Ooh, I gotta get this thing running. This one's running. Come on. There it is, right there. Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Yes, I know that is more than 50% per year. Simply, safely, and predictably. So, what we're going to do here tonight, I'm going to give you a trading strategy that I created for my 9-year-old, looking for a 1%. How's it going, Foundation? How are you doing today? Thank you very much. All right. So let's see who's here tonight. Tonight we have, who do we have over here? We have KJ. KJ's in the house. What's happening, KJ? What else do we have over here? Oh, who's here? Okay. We have B. Davis, Maria. How you doing, Maria? Charles, Damien, Nick Tog, DJ Johnny. Okay. Jeremiah, GD, Frank, Bish, Joshua, Kevin, Mighty Bargain, user 27181662404. What were your parents thinking when they named you? Anyway, we got GD, Rock, Neil, Greg, DK Studios, Mighty Bargain, good evening, Caper, Phil, John, Bohey, how's it going, Phil? All right, who do we have over here? Over here we have Andrew, Rocky, Jeremiah, Smoke, Raymond, Maxie, Mark, Eddie, Apple user. That's original. C-Dubs, back again, I see. Simba, how you doing? Ryan Music, good evening, Ryan. Observer, MDCW. Okay, not very, what do you call that? Not very creative, but okay. Art Root Studio. Billy Ray, Bobby Joe. Great Minds, Andy Golden, Dean. Hi, nice meeting. Okay. John Valusek. Tyrannical TikTok. Interesting name. Vinzer Jim. Neil, Gino, Kib. Greg, Kirk, Ernesto, Jones, Gene, McCaber, Phil. All right. And what do we have here? Your friend just went live trying to co-host with them. Bring joy to both your live streams. Okay, that sounds like fun. Who do we have down here? Foundational Grace. Good evening. Kissable. That's a cool name. What age did you know? Okay, thank you there, Mr. James Young. A little disturbing, but okay. All right. So what's going to happen here is you guys are going to give me stocks to take a look at. Now, the reason I'm saying that, I know what I'm doing. I want you to tell me what you're looking at, and maybe I can help you out to see, does it fit with what I'm doing here? About that, Stephen, My Tribe, Jessica Lynn, Vinny, Ken, Nick Talk, good evening. All right. James Young, what's your favorite flavor? I would say it'd be lasagna, my favorite flavor. King, what's your take on VTI? Ooh, let's take a look at VTI. All righty, I gotta fix this. I hate it when it does that. Settings. Display. Does it do it automatically? Does it just do it to aggravate me? Okay, VTI, you say. All right, well, let's check it out. VTI. Vanguard Total Market ETF. Well, I'll tell you what, right off the top, King, I'm going to say no. Now, the reason why I'm going to say no is I don't do monthly options. I got 5 simple rules, and rule number 4 is weekly options only. Kissable, thank you. Is the YouTube up? Nope, it's not up. Start streaming. It should be live very shortly. Okay, yeah, so YouTube should be live shortly. Thank you, Kissable. Rad, what's your entry criteria? Are you ready? My entry criteria is 10 days before the EX date bouncing off of a 30-day bottom. That's my entry criteria. 50, Viz, Scotton, okay, Ben, James, Ed Smith, Golden Gibbs, Alex, Park Dogs, Clips, Kobe, Mikey, Angel, Kraken, okay, Band again, Lynn. All right, good evening, Mark. Okay, so King, no, I don't do monthly options. March, April, June, September, January 2027, and January 2028. I don't do monthly options. They just don't work for me. I'm looking for weekly cash flow, not monthly. James Young, what's your, okay, all right. Okay, no, I am not Mr. James Young, but thank you for your interest. For long-term investment. Now, King, you have to decide what is long-term for you. For me, long-term is 30 days. That's it, just 30 days. That's long-term for me. Oh, okay, James, if you say so, I'll let my 4 children, my wife, and my grandchildren let them know that you think what you think. You can think whatever you want. Riley, how you doing today? What is EX day? Uh-oh. Oh my God. All right, so let's take a look at something right here. All right, let's do this. All right, what is the EX date? Okay, so Agent Rowe wants to know what an EX date is. Okay, an EX date is the last day a stock trades before the dividend is paid out. Now, the dividend is a portion of the company's profits that they pay out either once a year, twice a year, 4 times a year, or every month, depending on what the company is and what their corporate bylaws are. So, Riley, good evening. So, here is what's called an EX dividend calendar. Terry Marchand, thank you. So this is what's called an EX dividend calendar. The EX day is the last day the stock trades. So there's 4 dates to remember when you're talking about dividend stocks. Date number 1 would be the announcement date. That's when the company spokesman comes out and say, hello, everybody, this is how much we made this year. This is how you're getting yours. This is when you're going to get yours. This is what we're going to do next year. This is what we're going to do the year after that. And 5-year plan. It looks absolutely wonderful. Something to that effect. It's just the announcement telling you what you're going to get, when you're going to get it, blah, blah, blah. Date number 1. Date number 2 is the important date. That is the EX dividend date. That is represented by these little green dots. The EX dividend date represents the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. If you want to collect the dividend, you have to buy it before the little green dot. Date number 3 is called the date of record. If you own the stock on the date of record, you are entitled to the dividend. And date number 4 is the payment date. That's when you actually get your money. So, hopefully that answered that question. Next, what's your thoughts on cash secured puts? Len, you've been here long enough. You know I do cash secured puts once in a while, but it's not something that I teach here. Okay, we have questions down here. What's your entry criteria? We already did that question. Okay, we need some more questions from you guys down here. All right, next. Okay, deleted questions. Wow. You couldn't just be nice and say nice things. All right, whatever. All right, that's what an EX date is. That's the EX date calendar. Tells you when to buy the stock just before the dividend is paid, because stocks have a tendency to increase in price just before the EX date. That's why we use that. Ticker, AG, Mr. Gardner. Okay, let's take a look at AG. What the heck is AG? Mark Stuckey, greetings from shore of Lake Erie. Ooh, I looked at a house at Lake Erie once. It was right on the inlet. Kind of nice. Okay, we're going to look at ticker symbol AG. I have no idea what it is. Here we go, AG. First Majestic Silver. There we go, First Majestic Silver. Okay, kind of interesting if you think about it. Eric, we'll take a look at that in a little bit, all right? Hey, Freckle Queen is here. Nice to see you again. Uh-oh. Wow, I missed some of these questions. All right, let's sit tight right there. I'll get to those in a minute. Mighty bargain. Okay, so AG, here we go. The high of the year is 32. The bottom of the year looks like it's 5. Where was it? Where is it? Look at it. Shoots up, pulls back. Well, let's zoom into that, see what it looks like. Your supporters are watching your live. Invite them to keep your gift gallery lit up if they're enjoying live. I'm not going to remind them of that. You guys, we're adults here. We know how this thing works. All right, 30 days ago. Now, I'm going to look at the last 30 days because the last 30 days gives me a good idea of where the stock might be going next. Well, just think about it. If we're going to buy, don't you think it's going to be a good idea to have some kind of clue where the stock is going next? All right, so again, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. She went down, here's the bottom, shoots up, 30-day top, pulls back. Now, don't get me wrong. If you like it, it might be a good idea, but wait for it to stop dropping because it's dropping right now. You've heard it said many times, never grab a falling knife. Knife is going to fall, try to grab it as it's falling. No, wait for it to fall. See, here's the top, she's coming down. As soon as it hits the bottom, then maybe jump in. Look at the premiums. The 26 is going for $1.35. That's over 5% if you like this company. And that's a big if. Phil, how you doing? Capper, or is it Caper? Is it Capper or Caper? I don't know. John Bohey, Mike in Love, how you doing there, Mr. Mike? What you taking, VTI? Ooh, look at this. BH Benhari wants to take a look at Oracle. And I do like Oracle. I actually have some. ORCL, there we go. Oracle. Nice. Nice. Check this out. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Down, up, down, big gap up, top of the year, drops. Now it's going back up again. We're at 150, 156. The 150s are going for $10. 152s are going for $9. Oh, hell yeah. Wait a minute. That's for next week. Let's get rid of that. We want to do this week. Yeah, no wonder why it looks so good. It's next week's numbers. Okay. All right. So the 151, the 150s are going for $9. The 152s are going for $7. Now the 150 for trade. I like safety over profitability. Okay, but you have to ask your question, what do you like? So let's zoom in the last 90 days or the last 3 months. Now, why I'm looking at the last 3 months, I'm looking for patterns. Okay, here's the top, here's the bottom. She drops back up, she drops back up, she drops back up. What's happening here? Well, let's zoom in a little closer. Look at the last 30 days to see if there's kind of a pattern that we need to recognize. There it is. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down. So it's coming down right now off the bottom here. Shoots up, pulling back. Still, I wouldn't mind buying it because I like Oracle. But I'm not going to buy it until, I'm not going to buy any more until it finds the bottom. Because she was at 138. She jumped to 158. So always keep in mind where the bounces are. You get your drop and you get your bounce. Whatever you want to call it. You can call it profit taking, retracement, you can call it that. You can call it correction, accumulation, you can call it whatever you want. but it was created for a 9-year-old. And what I told my 9-year-old, hey, when the stocks go up, people start taking profits and the stock drops. It'll drop to a certain point where people will start jumping in, and then she goes back up again. When she goes back up again, take note right there, because somebody bought it right there. That's the bottom, right there. Then she shoots up right there. That is a $20 move right there. 138 to 159. 20 bucks. Yeah, well, of course it's going to drop now. So today was the first day down. It's going to keep coming down a little bit. My assumption would be probably around 146 before she turns around and goes back up again. But I actually own some, so I look at it every day. And when she comes back down, hits the bottom, turns around, yeah, I'll buy some more. But that's me. You have to ask yourself. Agent Rowe, how are you today? All right, Riley, good evening. Freckle Queen, how are you? Agent Rowe. Eric, Cole's earnings tomorrow. 30-day low today. Ooh, Eric, that sounds good. Okay, we got a big question down here. Wow. Amora, where can I learn the option strategy arbitrage? Also, if this strategy is so scalable, why can't we just up the size and just all become rich? I'm really interested in this strategy, but little I'm assuming skept is skeptical. So I'm going to make the assumption that you're a little on the younger side. Okay, I'm retired. I'm in my 60s. So when people start using abbreviated words, okay, skept, I'm assuming it's skeptical. But I understand you're a little skeptical. Fine, wonderful. Okay, let me fill you in, which is a few minor details, because it's perfectly acceptable to be skeptical. It's acceptable to be skeptical. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. All right, so anyway, what we're doing here specifically, we're buying good quality companies, and then we're using a strategy called the covered call, one of the safest trading strategies it is. Now, it is so safe that the federal government allows you to do it in your IRA. So you can do covered calls in your IRA. Alexander, nice of you to show up. How are you today? And what do we have next? KJ, Oracle earnings after the bell tomorrow. So I would be careful. Now, KJ, you've been around long enough. You know I don't pay attention to the earnings because I've seen positive earnings where stocks go down. I've seen negative earnings where stocks go up. You either like the company or you don't like the company. Rule number one is never buy something you do not want to hold on to long term. All good. All righty. So that being said, I understand you're skeptical. It makes sense because you have no idea who I am. I don't know if you know what I'm doing, but sit tight. Cotton Express, James, you always miss the question. You got 300 channels. No, I only have 9 channels. But thank you, Cotton Express. Cotton, just to inform you, just a smidge. Okay, Cotton, I have the ability to stop the questions as they roll, or as they scroll. So I take a look at the questions, and as I answer the question, I scroll upward. Other than that, every single screen is frozen until I read the question and scroll upwards. That's why it takes me so long to get to each question, because I get so many questions coming on. All right. Enza, how are you today? Gail, I see you. Virginia, Chris. All right. So Eric, let's take a look at Kohl's. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Oracle. I would just like to see what happened here and how is that going to affect anything. Because when you count, and it's very important to count, the bottom here, okay, 30-day high, 30-day bottom. From the 30-day bottom, she shot up 20 bucks, and now she's pulling back down again. Okay, so I'm basically going to wait and see what happens here before I add any more to my Oracle position. Thank you there, Cotton. G-Money, Seal SQ is hot right now. Okay, so G-Money, Seal SQ, I have no idea what that is, so let's take a look. SEALSQ. CLSQ. Okay, it's LAES. And it's $4.17. Interesting. Let's take a look. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where we were a year ago. Here's where we are now. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so what's going on here? 417. The fours are going for 18. I'm going to say no because these premiums aren't that good. Because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And it just doesn't work for me. Sorry, Gianni. Right there, let's zoom in a little bit closer, see what it looks like. This is not my idea of hot. Okay, she went down, up, down, up, down, up, down. No, that doesn't look that attractive. And the premiums over here, 417, the fours are going for 18 cents, which means I'm making 1 penny off of, no, the numbers just don't work. Sorry. Ben wants to take a look at Coca-Cola. Don't get me wrong, I love Coca-Cola, I do. Check this out, right there. That looks freaking awesome. Let me explain why it looks awesome. Coca-Cola's been in business for 140 some odd years. Okay, here's the low of the year, here's the high of the year. Here's where we were a year ago, here's where we are now. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Right there, she's bouncing off of that right there. 77.80, well, what's the 78? See, 78's going for 52. Not that delightful. The 77s are going for 105, but I'm losing 80 cents off the top, so that doesn't look good. The 78s, it's only, it's a little bit more than 0.5%, but 0.5% every single week is still over 26% at the end of the year. Now, I very rarely ever buy Coca-Cola because this number here is a little over 0.5% for 1 week. Not bad, but not what I'm looking for. Alex, hey, I have a question. If it's just below the 13-day moving average, what does that mean? To me, it doesn't mean anything. It only means something if you're following, and you have to have the 13-day moving, exponential moving average. You have to have something to compare it to. Just using one, what do they call that damn thing? Indicator. Using just one indicator, especially the moving average indicators, you need more than one moving average indicator in order to have some kind of cross-reference. Because, yeah, you get the 13-day moving average. Great. Well, what are you comparing it to? You need something to compare it to. That's the only thing an indicator is good for. All right, what else do we got? All right. Like God to Unga. Service now. I got no idea what that means. I'm only 18. Good for you. Do you trade commodities? Years ago, not anymore. See, now I used to do commodities. I used to do futures. I used to do smart con. I used to do almost everything you can trade. I probably done it. Nowadays, I'm at that point. Don't want to be bothered. I want simple, safe, predictable, and consistent, less than 10 minutes a day. You got that? Let me repeat it again. Less than 10 minutes a day. That's all I want to do. I want to buy a good quality company that's been in business for over 50 years, has 2 decades, 20 years of increased profits. And then I want to trade weekly options against them. That's it. All right. Patera, good evening. User 329160 wants to take a look at Alcoa. Oh, wait a second. Let's finish up with Coca-Cola. Okay, let's take a gander at this. The last 30 days. What do you think? Okay, 30 days ago, we're here at 78. We dropped down to 76, shoot up to 82, drop down to 76.5. Now we're going back up again. Up, down, now she's shooting up. Almost a perfect opportunity for that baby to go up if you like Coca-Cola and you're okay with getting less than 1%. Now, Cotton Express, yep, I saw that. We did that one. Hey, I have a question. We did that one. 179, we did that one. How you doing today? Hey, Kazanastra, how's it going? Russian Casper. Kagdala Barjalsta. No. Niet. Tick. New York Chulo back again. Daniel Reynoso. Okay. Naxa. Shared alive. Thank you. Maple Tree. All right. One Love. All right. Jer Stone. Melissa, how are you? Okay, let's keep on doing this. What else do we have here? Your devoted follower is back to support. Okay, thank you. I got a devoted follower. Oh, I didn't know that. Kai Saber, how are you today? All right, what do we have here? Okay. Slice of Zard. Service now is now. Okay, let's check it out. N-O-W. N-O-W. Interesting. Well, I got a minor problem with N-O-W. Let's check it out. Here's the high at 210. Here's the bottom at 100. Last year at 160. Now we're at 121. Look at this. Up, down, up. Got a minor problem here. Now, don't get me wrong. I love it when it bounces off of the bottom. Okay? High of the year, low of the year. Now she's bouncing. But look how high she bounced already. Let's zoom into that and I'll show you. Okay? 30-day bottom, 30-day top. Your 30-day bottom's at 98. Your 30-day top is at 126. That's a $27 increase. $27 increase on a $98 stock. That is over 20%. Yeah, there's going to be profit taking, which means this baby's going to come down. So no, not today. Agent Rowe, is leap option any good? It depends on what your strategy is with the leap option. Okay, now I don't buy leap options anymore. I used to years ago, but I just don't do it anymore because I got bit in the butt too many times. Aaron, multi-sports, what's the minimum I can start with? Some of those covered calls are worth over 20 grand. Yeah, I get that. Now, Aaron, Wednesday, I think Wednesday morning, we're actually going to do a live show showing, I think, 3 or 4 people that I'm going to be teaching how to set up and do a very small trading account. Okay, actually, I'm going to start out with I'm going to start a new trading account for my grandson. I'm going to put like $50 in it, and then we're going to trade on a weekly basis, which is, $50 and then some spare change here and there for those people who want to, like myself. I'm 62. I want to share it with my grandson. My grandson is 6 years old. So, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of money, but every once in a while, we get some change, we'll give it to him. So I had like $5 or $6. Great. What can he buy for $5 or $6? Remember, he's only 6 years old. So we want to get him started early. And I've been asked by many people to share that strategy because a lot of people are just getting started and they don't have a lot of money to play with. So $5 or $10, $15 a week, yeah, a lot of people can afford that. But the time frame is going to be the important part. My grandson's 6 years old. So by the time he gets to 18, when he graduates high school, he will have, 16, 14, oh boy. He will have 12 years of trading behind him. $3, $5, $8, whatever it is. What type of options do you do? DJ Flawless, how are you today? I do call options specifically. Every once in a while I'll do a cash secured put. But I don't buy options. I'm a seller of options. Okay? Melissa, how you doing? What do we have down here? La 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 la. Slice of Zard. How about CF? That Consolidated Freight, and MOS is Mosaic. CF. Okay, CF Industries, same thing, Consolidated Freight. Hell no. I don't buy at the high of the year. Sorry. MOS, Mosaic. I said a MOS, a TER, a G with a double A. Now, Mosaic used to be weekly options, but now they're monthly. March, April, June, September, December, January, blah, blah, blah. I don't do monthlies. Rule number 4, weekly options only. Sorry. Lisa G wants to take a look at Halliburton. How are you doing? All right, what do we have here on the question? Alexander, I'm 43, and this strategy will retire me on my 50th. Woohoo! You suck. I had to wait till I was 59 before I could retire. But good for you. Good for you. Lisa G, how are you today? Halliburton. Let's take a look at Halliburton. H-A-L. Halliburton. That's one of those military companies. Okay, take a look. The high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, sideways, up, down, up. Okay, right there. There's the high. She dropped down. Now she's bouncing up. Let's get a better look at that one. But before we do, 34.65 to 34.50. Ooh, that's over 2%. That works for me. What do you think, Lisa? All right, let's zoom in. All right, a year ago, we're at 24.94. We bottomed out in April at 18.72. Okay, the high of the year was just a couple of days ago at 37. Well, let's look at the last 30 days. Only because the last 30 days will give me a good idea of where it's going next. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the 30-day bottom right there. Shoot on up to a 30-day top right there. Profit taking kicks in, brings it down right here. She hits a bottom, turns around, goes back up again. 34.65, the 34.50s, we go for 70 cents. That's over 2%. Let's see if this one works. Nice pick there, Lisa. Yeah, she's happy with that one. All right, so let's check it out. Farmer Dan, how you doing? John Woa, how fix? Okay, John Woa, you're going to have to explain to me, what does how fix mean? Does anybody have any idea what how fix means? That makes no sense. All right, hold on. We got another big question down here. All right, Rock Jersey. Hey, James, how you doing? KNT. Okay. Hello, everyone. Given the last hour of today's market with a great respond from the war in Iran, blah, 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 where will the market be from now? Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. I don't do politics, so I'm not even going to address that question. Terribly sorry. All right. Halliburton. Let's do this one. 34.50. Right there. Looks pretty good to me. 34.50 Halliburton. I'm going to write this down in my book because it looks decent. Halliburton. Sorry, I write stuff down, so I want to make sure it's not already on my list. And it's not on my list. Okay, Halliburton. H-A-L. Halliburton. Let's do this. You ready? Here we go. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to change it from single to a covered call because it's safe, it's simple, it's predictable. I love simple, safe, and predictable. I do. Simple, safe, predictable. Why not, right? All right, covered call. Now remember, I said we wanted to do the 34.50s right there. 34.50. There it is right there. Okay, now I want to buy just one of them. So I got to change this date, this number here. Okay. Confirm and send. Then once you confirm and send, read the order out loud to make sure it is what you want to do. Here we go. Buy one, Halliburton, H-A-L, 13 March 26. That means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. So it's two trades in one. I'm buying the stock. I'm selling the option. That's two trades. I will own the stock until the point where I sell it. Once I sell it, then I get my profit. But I'm selling an option against it. The 34.50 call option, my profit, $90. Remember I said predictable, simple, safe, predictable, consistent? Remember those four? Well, when it comes to simple, the easiest trade is just to buy. But there's a problem with just buying. Because just buying, you have to wait for the stock to move. Because in order to make a profit, you have to sell something. All right, so we're buying the stock. We're selling the option, which is basically just the right for someone else to buy it from me. It's like first right of refusal. That's like I got a cup here, right? And KJ likes it. He says, James, I want that cup. I said, well, I'm not selling it yet. Okay, well, I give you $5. I want to be the first person in line when you sell it. It's basically what an option is. I want to be the first person in line to buy it from you. That's kind of like what an option is. So I'm buying the stock at the current price, which we already discussed is $34.65. I'm then going to turn around and sell it for less than what I paid for it, $34.50. Now, a lot of you people are probably thinking that doesn't make any sense. You're absolutely right. In a normal world, in the normal circumstances, it doesn't make sense to sell something for less than what you paid for it and still walk away with a profit. Think about it. Stocks go three different ways. They go up, they go down, and sometimes they don't move at all. Some people like to call it sideways. They don't go sideways, but it looks like it goes sideways because it doesn't move. But here we go. If it goes up, I make my money. If it goes sideways or not, doesn't move at all, I still make my money. As a matter of fact, the stock can even drop from $34.65 to $34.50, and I'll still make a profit. Once it goes below $34.50, I still keep the profit no matter what. But next week, I will still own the stock. See what I'm doing here? I'm buying it for this and hoping that it stays above $34.50 by the end of Friday. If it does, great. I'll get all my money back plus the profit. What we're looking for is, what is the profit? Now, we know the profit's $90. It says it right there. Remember that part where I said simple, safe, predictable? Well, I know exactly what my profit's going to be. I know exactly how much I'm putting into it, and I know exactly my time frame. So I know my time frame, this Friday. I know my profit, $90. I know my investment, $33.60. I know all that stuff. That's predictable. But what is my rate of return? Profit's 90. Here's my investment. This is where we need the calculator. You ready? Calculator right there. So to find out my profit or my rate of return, I take the profit, the $90, and I divide it by the investment. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. I can't bend that much. All right. That is $3,360. Okay, now that, my friends, is a 2.6% for 1 week. Actually, for 4 days, because this option expires the 13th, which is this Friday. Monday's already gone, so we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 days to make 2.6%. So you have to ask yourself the question. Number one, does it make sense? Number two, do I even like this company, Halliburton? Do I like it? And number three, do you like it at this current price? Well, let's keep moving. So, Aaron Multisports, this one right here, 2.2%, and it's only $3,300. So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to save this one. Let's save it. All right, 2.2. Gotta love it. This is the ones we found yesterday, which I probably should fill in those numbers. 2.2. 11. That was crazy one, 11. This is 4 and 4. Okay. 4 and 4. Okay, this is today right here. This is the one we just found. Halliburton. There it is. Halliburton. Uh-oh. That's not right. All right. There we go. Halliburton. 3 March, the $34.50. That's what I'm selling it for. $90 is the profit, $3,300 is the investment. For, I believe it was 2.2, 2.6. Sorry, 2.6. I like 2.6. All right. Okay, let's do this. 2.2, 2.6, 11. This one was 4, and that one was 4. Outstanding. What do we have next? That was a nice pick, Lisa. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? All right. Farmer Dan wants to take a look at AbbVie. AbbVie. Okay, AbbVie. Take a look at AbbVie. Get out of there. Let's get out of there. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to here. And let's put in ABBV. AbbVie. Ooh, I'm going to say no. Not that I don't like AbbVie. I do like AbbVie. Okay, Farmer Dan, I have the minor problem. Look at this. Right there. Okay? Here's the bottom. She shoots up. Here's the top. Now she's coming back down again. If you really like AbbVie, give it a couple of days. Actually, give it about, I would say a week and a half. So I'm going to put AbbVie down for 2 weeks from today. Hey, it's on the page by itself. ABBV. Here we go. We'll look at it in about 2 weeks. All right. Okay, BP. Okay, Banhari. We already looked at Oracle earlier. GEMS. What is GEMS? G-E-M-S. Doesn't mean anything. BP wants to take a look at Macy's. I love Macy's. One of my favorites. We're going to say no to Macy's, but I want to keep Macy's on the radar only because 30-day high, now she's dropping. I want to know where the bottom is. Now, don't get me wrong. I want this baby to drop below 10 because I have this baby shorted at 11.85. Not that I did it on purpose. It was just one of those things that happened. It was one of those trades that went against me. Every once in a while that happens. But I haven't lost on it yet. It just went against me. Cause and Astra. What's happening? Mara, you say, huh? Ooh, look at that. That looks pretty good. Top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Whoa, what's going on right there? 866, the 850s, 44. Oh, hell yeah. Those numbers look pretty good. Let's check it out. You ready? A year ago, we're at 14. The high of the... I have my glasses on. I haven't done my glasses in a while. Yeah, now I can see. Okay, a year ago, we're at 14. The high of the year was in the middle of October, and that was 2360. Look at the bottom, the last 30 days. Right there, 664. Top, she drops. Bottom, she shoots up. Now she's coming back down again, and she's turning right there. Here's your bottom, she shoots up. Profit taking, now she's turning right there. If you like Mara, okay, well, where are we right now? 866, 850. Oh, hell yeah, I like those numbers, and I like Mara. I actually have some. So let's take a look. Does it sound good? Do you know who the company is? Is this a company you want to put your money into? These are questions you need to ask yourself before you buy anything. Tara, how do I get a phone call with you? Tara, you're on TikTok. So you got two choices. Number one, you can go to the top left of your screen and there's a little, well, actually, I got to put a picture there. There's no picture of me there. The 10-Minute Trader. You can DM me your phone number right here on TikTok, or you can go to the website, The 10-Minute Trader, because you're on the 10-Minute Trader website, TikTok website, and just book a call. That's all. Okay. Got me distracted. Where are we? Okay, 863. We're going to do the 850s. We're going to go to that covered call. There it is, the 850. There it is right there. Can you see what's going on? Now, for those of you that are new here and haven't been here before, this screen here, that screen behind me is live on YouTube. So you may not see these little tiny numbers here, me standing in front of the screen, okay? But on YouTube, it's just the screen. It's not me, okay? All right. So yeah, it is being recorded. It is, wait a second, because I get this every night. Alex! Thanks for that, Alex. It is 9:51 p.m. on the 9th day of March, 2026. For those of you who may think that this is a recording, no. As of this moment, 9:51 p.m. on a Monday night, it's not recording. It's being recorded. That's weird. Recording, recorded. Anyway. All right, so 8:50, there it is right there. I want to change that from 10. I keep dropping that damn thing. Okay, I don't have to pick it up. Just pick it up with my foot. Okay, try it again. Damn it. All right, doesn't always work. All right. One contract. Here we go. Here it goes. And here it goes. All right. One covered call, Mera. 13 March. That's this coming Friday. The $8.50 stock. Now, I'm doing it again. I'm buying it at $8.66, and I'm selling it for less than what I'm paying for it at $8.50. But I'm still walking away with a profit. 819 bucks. Did you see that one? 819 bucks. You thought everything was 20 grand? No, 819. So let's check up the numbers. Calculator, profit, 31. Investment, 819. 819, that gives me a rate of return of 3.7. 3.7 for 1 week. Mike Cato. We looked at Macy's a little while ago. Macy's is dropping a little bit. DJ Flawless. So do you cash secured puts? I kind of want to say I feel bad for the future if the English language is being used this way. So you do cash secured put. Absolutely. AMP. Okay, Mark. Cam. We'll take a look at Mark in a little bit. Duke. Give me a minute or two. Okay, Duke, we'll get to that one. All right, so 3.7. Let's do this one. 3.7. Want to save this right there. Here we go. There we go. We're going to save this one. 3.7. I like 3.7. And there it is. Mera. One contract of Mera. 13 March. That's this coming Friday. So whatever you do, you better do it quick because that option is going to expire on the 13th of Friday. Now, I really don't care because I'm a seller of options. I'm not a buyer because most options expire worthless. So, no, I don't buy them. I sell them. $8.50 is the call option. The current price, look at it, it's right there, $8.61. $31 is the profit, $8.19. That's less than $1,000 for, what was it? 3.7. I like 3.7. That's number 2 for the day. Woohoo! 3.7. Nice. Nice, good, nice and good. Okay. Cause, that was all right. Mara, Cause and Ask, we like that one. Carol, A-net. Carol, I have no idea what A-net is, but we'll take a look at it. Okay, back to the beginning. A-net. What is A-net? A-N-E-T. Arista Networks. Interesting. Let's take a look at it. You ready? The high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, it's going up. The 137s are going for 340. That's over 2% if you like ANET. Now, I have to admit, I have no idea who they are. I have no idea what they do. So for the fun of it, Carol, for the fun of it, we're going to go over to Yahoo Finance. There it is. And we're going to check and see exactly how profitable is ANET. Now, for me, I like 2 decades. ANET. Let's check this out. I like 2 decades of profits. That's 20 years. So let's take a look. ANET. Okay, now I want to go over to here. Hold on, let's do this. I want to go over here and check out historical data. Okay, this is Yahoo Finance. This is all the information, all the research you can do with any company you look at. Because before you buy anything, okay, I got 5 simple rules. And rule number 1, never buy something you do not understand. So, hypothetically speaking, Carol should know everything there is about ANET before she puts any of her own money in it. So let's check it out. We'll look at the historical data first. Now, historical data is exactly what it sounds like. Historical data, okay. March 9th today, March 6th, Friday, March 5th, Thursday, March 4th, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, so on and so forth. So what are we looking at? The opening price of the day, the high price of the day, the low, the close, the adjusted, and the volume. It tells me everything I want to know. But what I want to look at specifically is right here, where it says historical prices. I want to click right there. I want to look at the dividends only. Now, the reason I want to look at the dividends only, because the dividend is the company's profits that they share with us, the investors. So apparently, there are no dividends for this company. So Carol, I'm a little confused because the name of the show is Dividend Stock Talk. Emphasis on the word dividend. So this company, ANET, does not share its profits. So even though the chart looked interesting, the numbers look interesting, well, how do we know when it's going to move? Because I used the dividend as a precursor to tell me when the stock is about to move. Jim Bibby, I see you there. How's it going, brother? You enjoying that cold weather up there? I hope you are. Okay, so let's go back to here. Let's check it out. The last 30 days. Okay, here's a 30-day high, 30-day bottom. She went up, now she's coming back down again. So for me, that's going to be no. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's coming down at the moment. It doesn't have any dividends. So how do I know if it's profitable? I'm going to have to read 20 years of quarterly reports. That doesn't make me happy at all. Avalon Automation Limited Liability Corporation. Abbott Labs, huh? ABT. ABT. Interesting. I like Abbott Labs. What's going on here? Okay, big gap down, jump up, back down, back up. What's going on there? Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it, look at down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. All right, let's zoom in. 112, the 113, 75. Nope. It's not 1%. Sorry. 112.65. The closest one's going to be the 113, and the 113 is going for 75 cents. 75 cents is not 1% of 113. Sorry, no. Sorry, Avalon. All right, Duke wants to take a look at Wayfair. Now, Wayfair, don't they have... Okay. Wayfair.com. Let's check this out. High, low, was, is, look at this, down, up, down. What's going on here? The 75, 72, the 76 is going for 202. That's not quite 3%, but still looks good. Last 30 days, check this out. 30-day high, 30-day bottom today. Down, up, down, up, down. Here's the 30-day bottom today. Okay, now I'm not going to claim that I can find the bottoms because that's not what I do. I look for the 30-day top, I look for the drop, find the 30-day bottom, and then bounce up. I like 2 days to the upside from the bottom before I jump in. Okay? So the bottom is today. So if I really like Wayfair, I'm going to wait at least 2 days if tomorrow is higher. We don't know. It could be lower. Okay, so it could be lower tomorrow. We just don't know. I like it when it bounces off the bottom and goes back up again. Wayfair, if I really liked it, maybe. Okay, it's at 72, 75, 75, 72. The 76 is going for that. Okay, maybe. What do we have next? Okay, BP Benhari. We already looked at that one. Mike, we already looked at Macy's. DJ, yes, DJ, I do cash secured puts, but I'm not going to show them because I only give away one strategy. Cam, Merck, MRK. Interesting. Here's Merck. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, sideways, up, down, up. What's going on there? What is going on there? Here's the last 30 days. 30-day top, 30-day bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up. 117. The 117 is going for 146. That sounds pretty good if you like Merck. Now, yesterday, Friday, yesterday was the 30-day bottom. Now she's bouncing up. How high could it go? And do you like Merck? MRK. So let's take a look at Merck. Covered call, there we go. The 117s, there it is. One contract, la 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 la, here it is, and there it is. All right, so here we go. Buy one covered call. We did this. Let's take a look at the numbers. Okay, profit 159. Cost of trade, including commissions and fees, 11,541. 11,540. Okay, I do that again. Divided by 11,541 gives me a grand total of 1.3%. That's our low one of the day, 1.3%. Okay. It's Merck, if you like Merck, of course. Well, let's find out, okay? 1.3. Okay, 1.3. I like 1.3. I'm looking for 1%. This is 1.3, and it's Merck. One covered call, Merck, MRK. 13 March 26. That's this coming Friday, 4 days away. The 117 call option, 159 is the profit, 11,541 is the investment for 1.3% for 1 week. Actually, it's for 4 days. Because remember, the option expires on Friday, which means if I buy the stock, I sell the option. Whoever buys the option from me has 4 days to do something. Buy it, don't buy it. It's their choice. Okay. Damn it. Hate it when it does that. Anyway, let's go to the next one. While that's resetting, while that's resetting, $1.3. Okay. What else do we have? Okay, so we looked at Merck, we looked at Macy's. BP Benhari, send me some roses. That's so nice of you. Navera Dave, how you doing, Dave? Michael Kelly, how does Honeywell look? Ooh, let's take a look at Honeywell. Haven't looked at Honeywell in months, which is kind of surprising. It's going to be a no, only because, okay, it's bouncing off the high of the year. Okay, she shot up, the high of the year, now she's coming back down. Now, it's not going to be a good opportunity until she stops and turns around, if you like Honeywell. What's the numbers for Honeywell? 237 to 237, that's only around 1%, a little over 1%. Dado, DJ Flawless, you're welcome. Dado wants to take a look at Meta. Why do you want to look at Meta? Meta has only been paying dividends for like a year. That's it. They only got like four dividend payments. And it's going nowhere, okay? Here's the high of the 30-day period. She shoots that, she drops down and just basically going nowhere. It's actually dropping at the moment. Sideways and dropping. No. Sorry, no to Meta. Sorry. DJ Flawless, thank you for that. Duke, we looked at that already. One Petra, how you doing? Aaron, Multisports, which stock was 11%? Well, look, I'll tell you that in a minute. What happens when you go on vacation? How you handle the Monday orders option, etc. Okay, when I go on vacation, I take my computers with me because I'm one of those kind of people that just can't vacation. When I go vacation, I got to find something to do while I'm on vacation. It's weird. When I take my boat out, I have to do something on the boat. I just can't sit there and do nothing. I can't sit there and fish. No, it's boring as hell for me. So I always have something to do. But what you could do if you're going on vacation, hypothetically speaking, you buy the stock, instead of selling this week's options, go out and sell, like next month's options when you get back home. Just make sure that you time it right and you do the right numbers. Sweet Dan, Halliburton, 90% profit, 2.6%. Nice going. Dr. Corey, ARM, A-R-M. Okay, here we go, A-R-M. I'm going to say no to ARM. I'm going to say no to ARM today, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, Doc? Here we go. You ready? Here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down. It's actually dropping at the moment. If you really like it, wait. See, here's the bottom. Shoots up. She goes from 100 to 135. Doc goes from 100 to 135. That is a 35% increase. Now you get your profit taking. When the profit taking is done, then she might turn around and go back up again, if you like ARM. Blue 420, how you doing, brother? Nice to see you. All right. Love. Why cover can? C-A-N-N. Why covered call? Okay, love. Why covered call? It's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, and it's consistent. That's why. Now, in 2008, love, my 9-year-old daughter. Okay, wait a second. We haven't done this in a while, so let me show you the little princess and you'll get an idea. Come on. Give me a second. We're going to, this is my website, The10MinuteTrader. Still looks like crap, Jacob. All right. The weekly trades for 2024, the YouTube channel. There it is. Now we're going to the YouTube channel. Look at this. We have 2 lives. We have this one and we have that one. 2 lives at this moment. Okay, we'll look at the videos right there. The oldest videos right there. And there she is right there.
In that website company, which my dad doesn't let me call it that, but I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists.
Come on.
Stocks you're already trading. And
Never mind. All right, there she is.
Or lists of stocks that you can choose from that will help you with the best return on money. List number 1 is.
Okay. That's me. Look at all that hair. Woohoo! What does that mean? That means every single day you might do something. This is my favorite part. You ready? Here's my favorite part. You ready? Okay. Now, the reason why I'm showing you that was my 9-year-old daughter when she was 11. Okay? Now, behind her, this is an EX dividend calendar that we had to do by hand because they didn't have one back then. That was about 16 years ago. Look at all the hair I had. Holy cow. And not a bit of gray either. Woo-hoo. A lot happens in 15 years, right? Okay. But that being said, it was created for her. Because she said one day, Daddy, can you teach me? Okay? So she wanted to learn how to trade stocks. So how do you teach a 9-year-old? It had to be simple. Safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. That's the 5 criteria. So 5 criteria comes along with 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Okay? If you don't want to hold on to it and you don't understand it, don't buy it. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Defeats the purpose of the game. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. I mean, that's just like a no-brainer. Rule 4, weekly options only. And rule 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now, we showed you the numbers. What am I buying it for? What am I selling? Is it more than 1% for this week? That's basically it. So that's who I made it for. That's why I covered calls. She was 9 years old, and she really doesn't understand the stock market, so it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. That's why the covered calls, one of the safest, most predictable trading strategies there are. That's why the covered call. Okay? Jack Clever, thank you for that. Back to where we were. Ernie took the goof calls. 300. All right, Ernie. Not quite sure what that means, but all right. Cotton Express. You liked Halliburton, but it just bounced one day. You always say, look at 2-day bounce. Cotton Express, you know, you don't miss a thing. You don't. Now, I didn't say I was going to do it. I think it was Lisa G. Lisa G wanted to take a look at it, and I was just showing her the numbers. Now, you're right. I don't buy something at the bottom. I wait 2 days to the upside, then on the 3rd day I buy it. Okay, you'll take a look at any video I've ever done. It's always the same. I look for the 30-day bottom, 2 days up, 1, 2. On the 3rd up day, I will jump in right there. Okay, bottom, 1 day, 2 day, 3rd day. See, bottom's here. Me, I would have jumped up until there. That's a big move. But he's right. Okay. Low power. Can't do it low power. Got to plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Okay. Let's keep doing this. What do we have next? Utilico, my chart shows 2-day bounce. Thank you. Duke, thank you. You're welcome. The 6th and 5th were both red candles, Utilico. Okay, all right. We got a little bit of an argument here, so let's see what it is. Halliburton, HAL. Oh. Okay, there could be a little bit of an argument there, but you're kind of both right and you're kind of both wrong, okay? Now, the bottom is plainly right here on the 5th. The 6th, the very next day, okay, on the 5th, we had the high 34.53. The very next day, 34.50. So he's right, but it does have a higher bottom, okay? Cotton Express, okay, a higher bottom, so higher bottom, higher high. So that could be could constitute 2 days to the upside. It could, depending on how fickle you want to get. I don't look at 1 month charts. I look at the year, a year daily. Okay, well, there's the year daily. Here's the bottom. Here's the top. Okay, down. Okay. Up, down, up. Your chart's wrong, Utilico. Well, wait a second. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I'm trying to figure out which one is it. Okay. Okay, he's right. It is down. But it all depends on which one you're looking at, I suppose. Okay? But Friday did have a higher bottom. Okay? Higher bottom. Today had a higher top. Depends on how you're measuring it. Whatever chart you look at, the 6th and the 5th were both red. Yeah, I see that. All right, Cause and Astro wants to take a look at INFQ. Okay, INFQ. Inflection. Never heard of it. Okay. It looks kind of weird, if you ask me. Here's the top. There's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down. That's it. Up, down. That's it. Yep. Nope. Today's the bottom. Wait for it to bounce before you do anything. Just my opinion, Cause. Now, don't get me wrong. You might pick that right there, and you might be 100% right, and it might just shoot up. But I don't buy the bottoms because tomorrow could be lower. Thank you, Utilico. Thank you. Thank you. Good night, Papa Bear. You too. Aaron, are you a professional soccer player? I'm 62, brother. I ain't a professional in anything anymore. But I still play soccer. Ernie, Google. Why the hell you want to look at Google, Ernie? Ernie, the only reason I say why the hell you want to look at Google, G-O-G, there we go, is Google. Okay? Ernie, are you ready for this? June 10th, 2024 was the first dividend. This thing has 2 years of dividends, and that's it. 2 years of dividends, that's it. Now, when I put up 2, I followed it by the words decades. 2 decades of dividends. This thing only has 2 years. No, sorry. Utilica said previous was right. Yeah, I get it. Green, I mean. Okay, thank you. Great profits. Thank you, Ernie. Yeah. See, Ernie, I got a minor problem when you say great profits, okay? As an investor, okay? Last 2 years ago, I would have got 20 cents, a 20-cent dividend. Last year, I would have got a 21-cent dividend. So it went from 20 to 21. Okay, do you know what that is? 20 to 21. 1 is what percent of 20? 0.5%. Ernie, do you understand that? 20 was the first dividend. 21 is the second dividend. So from 20 to 21 is a 0.5% increase. And now I'm not quite sure how you judge good profits or not, but a 0.5% increase, in my humble opinion, is not a good profit. And that's for the year, okay? 2024, it was 20 cents. 2025, it was a 0.5% higher. A 0.5% for the whole year. Jonathan, it's 5%? Wait a minute, is that right? No, 1 of 5. 1 penny off of 20 it's 5%. Is that right? No. 10% would be 2. 5% would be 1. Oh, see that? Thank you. Kevo wants to take a look at Walmart. Saved by the Bell. Thank you, Kevo. Thank you, Jonathan. Saved by the Bell. All right. Wally World. I actually bought some Wally World the other day. WMT. So yeah, I do have some Wally World. Now I was waiting for Wally World to pull back, and it did. Okay, here's the bottom at 80. Here's the top at 135. She shoots up, pulls back. Now we're at 124. The 124s are going for 189. Well, that's a nice percentage. 24, 189. What is that? A little over 6%. Can I be right? 6%? Uh-oh. Okay. What do we have down here? A P-Day on Pulse Chain, the first decentralized stable coin. All right, the game, we don't do cryptocurrency here. That's another channel. Hello. Uh-oh. Good to see you again. Vino, thank you for that. Keep it out of the money. Thank you, Green Dean. All right. Uh-oh. So Robert Meyer wants to take a look at Alcoa and Abelmal. Amir wants to take a look at Clorox. Give me a minute. We're looking at Wally World. Uh-oh, Adobe. Ugh. Okay, Carl. Adobe's a little pricey, but we'll get to that. Hold on a second. Right now we're looking at Wally World. 30 days ago. Here we go. 30-day high, 135. Drops to 121, shoots up, pulls back. Now she's going back up again. Right there, going back up again. So, what does the 124s look like for Wally World? If you like Wally World. The 124s, there it is. One contract, there it is. Here we go. Profit, 162. Investment, 12,000. Let's check out those numbers. 162 divided by the investment, 12,238, grand total of 1.3% for Wally World. If you like Walmart. Okay. Well, let's hold on to it. 1.3. What's wrong with 1.3? I'm looking for 1%. This is 1.3, and it's Walmart. Do you like Walmart? That's a good question. Carl wants to take a look at Adobe. Peyton, if you choose a strike price for lower than you bought it, how do you make a profit? Ooh, Peyton, great question. I'm going to show you that in 1 second. Sit tight. Sit tight. Here we go. Wally World. All right, Wally World. Here we go. One covered call of Walmart. 13 March 26. That means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. The call option is the 124. Look at what the current price is. Sit tight. The current price is 124. So I'm buying it at 124 and I'm selling it at 124. Okay, I'm collecting 162 and it's costing me 12,000 bucks. Okay, that's 1.3%. Okay, I like 1.3%. Hold on. Cotton Express, you want to look at Tootsie Roll, huh? What happens at the end of the week? Ernie, sit tight. I'll answer that question. Damn it. I hate it when it does that. All right, we're going to close this one out. While that is rebooting. Okay. So Ernie wants to know what happens at the end of the week. Two things, Ernie. Give me a second while this warms back up again. $1.3. All righty. All right, Cotton, what's going to happen? Oh, sorry, not Cotton. Ernie, what happens at the end of the week? Two things are going to happen at the end of the week, Ernie. Either the stock is going to be above my strike price or it's going to be below my strike price. So my strike price at this moment is the 124. Okay? If it's above 124, whoever bought that option from me has the right to buy it from me at 124. So if the stock shoots up to like 130, 140, 150, they still have the right to buy it from me at 124. That's the purpose of a stock option. Now, if the stock is below 124, that option will expire worthless. So whoever bought that option is basically out of the money. Just flushing money down the toilet, so to speak. So if it is above 124, I keep my little profit and somebody gives me all my money back. Simple. I buy it for 124, I sell it for 124, and somebody gives me my money back and I still collect that little bit of a profit. If it's below 124 by Friday, whoever bought that option is SOL. You know what that means, right? All right. I keep the stock and then next week I sell it again, 20th of March. Well, I took this up and I sell another 124, which next week is going for this, but those numbers change every day. So at the end of the week, it's either going to be above my strike price or below my strike price. But what I do every single day, Ernie, is I jump in first thing in the morning, because we have a morning trading group. We got a bunch of people that gets together, and we trade together every morning. And we take a look. What did I buy it for? What did I sell against it? Where is it at now? Where does it look like it's going? And what should I do next? 5 questions. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at? Where's it going? What should I do? Okay. Now we have a morning trading group. I'm not trying to sell anyone anything, but that's how we do it. All right. What else do we got? Down here. Keep it out of the money. AA. Okay, we're going to take a look at AA in a minute. Cotton, look at Tootsie Roll. Okay, so Peyton. How do I make a profit if I sell it for less than what I paid for it? Okay. If I buy it for this price, $124.34, I sell it for $124. What you're missing, Peyton, is I'm collecting $1.89 per share, which 100 shares, it's $189 per contract. So if you add the 189 to the 124, it comes to 125.89. Okay? If I buy it for 124.34, I sell it for 124 plus the 189. I walk away with 125.89, which is higher than what I paid for it. So the stock option offsets the selling price. That's my profit. That's what I'm looking for. Terry! Wait a minute. Cotton Express wants to take a look at Tootsie Roll first. Okay, Tootsie Roll. TR. No. Okay, Cotton, you've been here long enough. You've heard me say it over and over again. Never buy something you don't know or you don't understand. Okay, you've been here long enough. Tootsie Roll is a monthly, and you know I don't do monthlies. Ernie J, thank you. You're welcome. Terry, we'll take a look at HIMS in a little bit. Right now, we want to take a look at Alcoa for Mr. Robert Meyer. He wants to take a look at Alcoa. Interesting? No. Okay. Here's the high, and then it's dropping. No for Alcoa. Sorry. Ablemile, ALB. I like that one too. That's another no. Same thing. Almost looks the exact same. The top dropping. Nope. It's dropping. No. I kept the Google 300 calls. Okay. Ernie, I'm not quite sure what that means, but all right. Paul Rod, how you doing? What do we have over here? Very nice, Brandon B.A. Ooh, okay, I missed that one. All righty. Maple Tree, how you doing? One Love. Jerstone. Melissa, how you doing, Melissa? Alvin. Philip Christian, thank you for that, Philip. That was nice of you. Eddie, thank you. Danny wants to take a look at Axon. A-X-O-N. I have no idea who that is. It's a no is what it is. Sorry, Danny. Okay, March, April, June, September, December. No, I don't do monthlies. They're just a pain in the butt, and I'm looking for weekly cash flow, not monthly, weekly. Joshua Hood. Now, Robinhood doesn't have any dividends. And look what Robinhood's doing. Okay, there's the top. Bottom, now it's going sideways. Basically going nowhere. So no for Robinhood. Microsoft. I like Microsoft. MSFT. Love it. Check that out. Okay. Here's your top. Here's your bottom. And she's bouncing up. Look at this. Up, down, up. The 409. The 407 is going for 680. Almost. Or we can do the 410s and pick up 540 if you like Microsoft. Well, let's check it out. Last 30 days for Microsoft. Okay. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. She went from 380 to 410. So that's $30. Now she's pulling back. Sorry, no for Microsoft for this week. Brandon Odell, how are you today? Thank you for that, Brandon. Tara, how do you get a phone call? Okay, top left corner, click up that little link up there. Okay, DM me your number and I'll give you a buzz. Brad, AVAV has earnings tomorrow after hours, looking like a bearish setup. Well, let's take a look. AVAV. AeroVironment. Okay, not quite seeing the same thing you're seeing. Oh, there it is right there. Here's the top, drop, here's the bottom. Look at that. That's a nice little setup. Top, she drops, now she's going back up. 227, 227, $12. Holy shit. I can bet you this thing doesn't have any dividends. Let's check it out. AVAV. AV. Now, the only reason I'm looking at the dividends is because I don't want to read 20 years worth of quarterly reports and annual reports. Okay? Now, also, the dividend tells me when the stock is going to move. This thing has no dividends, which means they don't share their profits. If they don't share their profits, what would be the point of getting it? Because getting it, and it's one of those things called a growth stock. Okay, so a growth stock is you buy it and you wait and wait and wait and wait and wait before you sell it to make your profit. It doesn't work for me. Peyton, that makes sense. Thank you. Cause and Astra, we already looked at Google, and you know how I feel about Tesla, Cause. Tootsie Rolls are king, got it. But I didn't check weekly. My apologies. All right, Cotton. Do I recommend the golden zone strategy? Okay, Icon, you got to explain to me what the golden zone strategy is. Amir, while he's waiting for that, wants to take a look at Clorox, CLX. Clorox has been around for over 100 years, but March, April, June, October, January, it's a monthly, which means it's something I don't like to do because it's a pain in the butt, in my humble opinion, and it doesn't pay the same. Carl wants to take a look at Adobe, ADBE, ADBE. Okay. Unfortunately, Carl, check this out. Here's your last 90 days, Mr. Carl. We're at 266. We dropped to 245, and we shot up $40 to 285. Okay? I don't buy anything at the high. And besides, Thursday was the high, Friday was lower, and today's lower. Okay? It already peaked out. Okay? 245 to 285 is 245. Yeah, it's a $40 increase. Okay, Adobe went up $40. Now it's coming back down again. All right, John Bohe wants to take a look at Boeing, BA. Sorry, John. Top, bottom. Well, the bottom was Thursday. Friday was higher. Today it pulled back, but it's still bouncing up. Okay, 225, 225, $4. Okay, if you like it. What else do we got? Ooh, okay. All right. Paul Rod, how you doing? F. Colliva, okay, Cousin Astra. There we go. Put it up there, baby. All right. Mara doesn't give dividends. Yes, I'm aware of that. Uh-oh. Danny wants to take a look at CrowdStrike. CRWD. Whoa, take a look at that. Now, unfortunately, Danny, I don't do CrowdStrike, but here's the thing. The 30-day bottom was at 340. And then she jumped up to 430. That's a $90 increase. Just shy of 30%. You honestly want to buy it there? I don't buy it the high, especially after a big jump like that. No. Cam, thank you. Yep, she's 20. She's going to be 26 this year, and she's almost the same size as me. Can I check ARK? There we go. ARK. Isn't that Kathy Woods? BlackRock Senior. Oh, hell no. I don't do BlackRock crap. Okay. ARK has no options. That's going to be a no. Sorry. Uh-oh. You got to be kidding me. I'm done with everything? No, I'm not. Ooh. Apologize. Wants to take a look at Dow. Okay. DOW. I actually have some Dow, just to let you know, and it's going to be a no. I don't buy anything at the high. That was quick, wasn't it? Who came up with that one? Mel Lavelle. Okay, SWB. What the hell is SW? Is that SWBI? Yeah, it is SWBI. SWBI. Smith and Wesson. No, I don't buy at the high, and I don't do monthlies. Who came up with that one? Melville. That was funny. Okay, the vigilante wants to take a look at feet. No options. No, thank you. Ernie, Apple, AAPL. I don't know about that, Ernie. Take a look. The top, the bottom. Look at this. Down, up, down. It just found its bottom. She should be bouncing up any moment now. Could be tomorrow, could be the next day, could be the next day. Don't know. Okay, Ernie. Sorry about that. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Apple. I do. All right. We looked at Adobe already. Joshua, TRIN. What the hell is that? TRIN. Is that Trinity? It is. No. Come on, Joshua. I don't do monthlies. March, April, July, October. They only trade once a month. I'm looking for weekly cash flow, not monthly. But thank you for your input. AGNC. Isn't that a no? It is a no. Now, two reasons. Okay, Joshua. Two reasons why I don't like AGNC. Reason number one. Okay? It's at the bottom at the moment, dropping like a rock. Okay? Top, bottom. The second reason I don't like it. Are you ready? Oh, wait a second. Got to prove I'm human. I'm not human. I'm a meat potato. All right. So, 1 penny, 0, 0, 0, 0. So if I'm wrong, I can't move my strike price up or down because it's not paying the same. Fino, hey James, what do you think of Ford? Do you think it's the next week's stock? Let's take a look. Ford. Maybe. Now the reason I say that, I love Ford. I do. Okay. Here's the high of the year. Here's your profit taking. This could be the bottom. Could be. But is it going to go up? Well, we don't know when it's going to go up. Okay, at 12.19, the 12 is going for 32. That's a nice rate of return. But what if it continues to drop? We just don't know. Okay, I wait for 2 days to the upside. Okay, here's where we are now. I want 2 days to the upside, and on the third day, I'll jump in. Okay, don't get me wrong, I do like Ford. Apologize. Ooh, Whirlpool. Isn't Whirlpool a monthly? WHR. It is. Sorry, I don't do monthlies. Melville. No. Is Noah actually a stock? No, it's not. Next. Melville, thank you. You're welcome. Oh, Vigilante. FUTU. Okay. Prove I'm human. There we go. Okay, so FUTU. Oh, Futu Holdings. Interesting. Unfortunately, it's still dropping. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind stocks, but it's dropping. Where's the bottom? It's like, where's Waldo? Where in the world's Carmen Sandiego? Okay, drop, 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 drop. You got to wait for a bottom. Find the bottom, turn around, go back up again. If you like it. Sorry about hymns. It's a monthly. Okay. Vino, thank you. You're welcome. Robert, your signs and charts are backwards, but I appreciate what you're doing. All right, Robert, you know, I think you're number 742. That has told me that everything's backwards. If you know, because 741 other people didn't know how to take the selfie camera on an iPhone and invert it so everything looks right. If you know, I'd be happy to do it. But I've been doing this for 15 I've been doing this for quite a while and still have no idea how to do it. Do you have to automatically sell your stock when it goes up at the end of the week? Teresa, no. Here's the thing, okay? Let's look at one. Hold on. Let's look at Ford, okay? Okay, here's Ford right now at $12.19. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I buy it tomorrow, okay, at $12.19. I will then turn around and sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 12. I'll pick up 32 cents. Okay, so that's a little over a 2% rate of return for 1 week. So on Friday, 2 or 3 things are going to happen. Number one, if the stock is above 12, more likely whoever bought the option has the right to buy it from me at 12. Okay, and if that person doesn't take it, more than likely the market maker will take it because it's above 12. Now, if it's below 12, okay, the market maker won't take it, and that person who bought the option won't take it. That means I keep my stocks, and then I can sell it to someone else next week or the week after or the week after. So the question is, do I have to do anything? No, not really, because the trading platform usually takes care of it for me. So if I sell somebody the rights to buy it at 12, okay, and it's above 12, more than likely on Monday, I'll have all my money back plus the profit. If it closes below 12 on Friday, I don't have to do anything, okay? On Monday, I'll have the stocks and the profit. So either way, okay, you got to make sure, number one, you like the company. That's always rule number one, okay? And then, does it make sense? That's probably answer to question number one, and question number two is probably, do I like the company? Something like that. But never buy something you don't want to hold on to, because if it goes down, you might have to hold on to it. And the reason I say I only do companies that have 2 decades or 20 years of profits, and they consistently hand out dividends and increase them, is because when, it's not an if, it is a when the stock goes down. Let me show you this for a second. Okay, are you watching, Teresa? Oh, I'm going to go over this side so you can see me. Back in a year ago, okay, it went down, it went up. It went down, it went up, it went down, it went up, down, 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 blah, 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 blah. That's all they do. They go up, they go down. So as it's going up, it's going to go down. Then it's going to go up, then it's going to go down. So as it's going down, are they continuously increasing the dividends? Now, the dividend is a part of the profit that the company makes. The premiums that I collect, that's just like a cherry on top. How do you choose the strike price to sell your calls? Okay, Vigilante, you've been here a while. So I'm surprised that you're even asking this question. So let me get to it. All right? The current stock price, Vigilante, are you ready? The current stock price is $12.19. $12.19, $12.19, $12.19, $12.19. So if I buy it tomorrow morning at $12.19, the closest strike price is going to be 12. That's how I pick it. I buy it at $12.19, I'm going to sell the 12s. If I buy it at $12.30, I'm going to sell the 12.50s. For me, it's whatever call strike is the closest. That's all. How do you choose a strike? We already did that one. Okay, so Vigilante, thanks. I just need a refresher. Okay, that works. So Teresa, does that make sense? Okay, so when you buy the stock, when you buy the stock, you can do whatever you want. You can buy an option, you can sell an option. If I buy it at 12.19, I sell the 12s. If it's above 12, fine. I'll get all my money back plus the profit. If it's below 12, I will keep the profit and I will keep the stock and I will keep getting dividends and I'll have the ability to sell next week's option, which is 20 March. And the 12 next week is going for 42. And if that doesn't sell, well, I can go to the 27th of March. Okay? And then keep going on and on and on. But if on Wednesday or Thursday I take a look, I can always roll it forward if I need to. Mario! King, am I a day trader? No, I am not. Now, I trade every day, but I'm not a day trader. There's a big difference. Mario wants to take a look at Home Depot. Now, if you didn't know, Home Depot is a dividend king, which means there's 5 decades of profits. 5 decades, that's 50 years. Doug Fryer, roll a closed covered call when in the money express. Not necessarily, Doug, because it's always going to depend on what did I buy it for, what did I sell, where's it at, what does it look like it's doing, does it look like it's going up, does it look like it's going down? All that does make sense on what I plan on doing next. Live goal is 0% achieved. Invite your viewers to help you achieve the rest of it if they enjoy your live. What does that even mean? This thing pops up on my screen. I read it. It makes no sense to me. Some viewers are just here to check you out. Invite them to join your fan club and be a part of the community. All right. And Cam, if you don't sell this week and sell it next week, do you have to pay fees again? You pay fees anytime you buy something or anytime you sell something. So if you don't sell anything this week and you don't buy anything this week, you don't pay anything. But when you sell something, you got to pay a fee. Okay. Terry wants to take a look at Novo Nordisk. Is that N-O-V, N-V-O? It's N-V-O, isn't it? N-V-O. N-V-O. There it is, Novo Nordisk. There you go. Ooh, interesting. Way to go, Terry. Check that out. The high was like 85. The bottom is like 36. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So look at that. It's consistent movement. All right. Teresa, you have to automatically sell your stock when it goes up at the end of the week. No, you don't. You can do whatever you want, Teresa. You just have to make sure everything works in your favor. What I buy, what I sell, where's it at, where's it going, what should I do? I ask those questions every single day. All right, let's zoom into this. This thing moves around a lot, and I do have some of this. 30 days ago. Here we go. Take a look. 30-day high, 51. 30-day bottom, 36. Look at that big gap. Down, up. Well, it's bouncing off the bottom. We're at 39.78. 39.78. The closest strike price would be the 40, and it's going for 70 cents. That's more. That's almost 2%, but not quite. So this will be the last one of the day. Covered call, there it is, and it's the 40 right there. One covered call. And here it is. Novo Disc, 13 March, the 40 call, 91's the profit, 3,900 is the investment. So yeah, I see it, Cotton. Here we go. Profit, 91. Investment, $3,909 gives me a total of 2.3%. Oops, nope, I don't want that. Okay, 2.3%. Let's check it out. 2.3%. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. There it is. And there she is. One covered call, Novo, 13 March, the $40 call option. Here's the profit, 91. Here's the investment, 3,900. And I believe that is 2.3%. Okay. I hate it when it does that. I do. We got 5 minutes left. Let's answer some questions. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back to this. What do we have? Teresa, you're welcome. Maileyville. How do you gauge option prices as to high or just right? Nope, I don't even look at implied volatility. Okay, I don't. Let me explain to you. Okay, give me a second while I take care of this thing. $2.3. Yay, that's it. Oh, what was it? Somebody asked what the 11 was. The 11 was Riley. That was yesterday. All right, what else do we have? You forgot to look at Alcoa. No, I looked at Alcoa. Okay. Cotton Express, NVO only 1 day up. I'm not quite sure, Cotton, what you're seeing, but here's the 30-day bottom right here. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Cotton, do you see that? Here's the bottom. 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. Mighty Bargain, you're welcome. Okay, user 329160. I forgot Alcoa. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. See? I took a look at it and said, yeah, it's not going anywhere. Look at the red candle between two. Yes, Cotton, I seen it. Okay, but it's still 3 days up. Okay, NVO. All right, I'm going to show you something, Cotton. What do you think, Cotton? Check it out. Down, up. It all depends on how you're looking at it. Yeah, no, I saw it. I saw the red candle right there, but it depends on what you're looking at. Down, up. What if we change it to this, Cotton? What do you think? Watch this. What do you think of that one, Cotton? Down, up. Still the same thing. Okay. We can even go to... Oh, wait a second. Look at that one, Cotton. Down, up. It is what it is, right? COPX. What the hell is that? COPX. Global X Copper Miners. I definitely don't like that. Definitely no, dude. Look at this. Down, up, down. No. All I know is you said 2 days in a row. No, I said 2 days up. Okay? Cam, if you don't sell this week, sell next week. Got that one. Okay, Melix. How do you gauge option price as to high or just right? Example, implied volatility percentage. Okay. Melvale. Okay, whatever. Thank you, Cotton Express. Okay. So, Mailey Vale, this is what I look at. Okay. Here's the strike price, 82.24. The closest one's going to be the 82, and that's going for $2.30. Okay. Now I'm looking at percentages. I want 1%. Well, 1% on an $82 stock is 82 cents. 1% of 82 is 82. $82.82. Okay? The 82 is going for $2.30. Now that's more than 82 cents. That's more than 1%. Okay? Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us again, James. I like how you teach us to fish. All right, Mr. Vino, thank you for that. I think we're all out of questions. I think that's it. That's it. Cool beans. So we got 5 today. Alrighty. You guys have a great day. We'll do this all over again tomorrow. Cotton. Hurt. You lead me astray. So it's not 2 days in a row no more. No. Cotton, it's 2 days up. Okay? Which one were we looking at? I forget which one that even was. Sorry, Cotton. All right. And now the end is near. Daniel Berry, how are you today? Down over here, you guys have a great night. Kay Saber, have a nice day, Kay. And done here. And done down here, you guys have a great day.